Hi everyone, my name is Shelby, and I want to talk about something that truly surprised me in the film Apper Sanzar, and the way it portrayed arranged marriages. Being from the States, and from a culture where arranged marriages are very uncommon, sometimes illegal, and I'd like to think outdated, I expected the relationship in the film to seem forced, awkward, and just the couple being very unhappy. But what I saw was something completely opposite and more than what I could expect. In the scene where Apper is at a wedding, he is a guest, not involved at all. He's literally just a +1 to the wedding. And then suddenly he's being asked to marry the bride. This completely shocked me. The original groom backed out last minute, and the families are desperate to avoid the shame of being canceled and having to cancel the wedding. To me, it felt like complete, total chaos. Can you imagine being a guest at a wedding of someone you don't know at all, and then the next second you're being asked to marry the bride? But that wasn't what stood out to me the most. It was how Apper responded. After just a tiny bit of hesitation, he agreed. Not because he felt like he had to do it, but to save the bride's future and the bride herself. What initially surprised me was how spontaneous the marriage was. I always thought that arranged marriages were somewhat planned with the groom and negotiations were in place between the families, but this was quite literally in a moment's notice. Maybe fate. It was far from romantic in a traditional way, but it was emotional. It made me think that maybe love doesn't always come from big fancy things. Maybe it starts with a decision to love, but Apper barely knew Aparna. But he respected her, and in that moment, that was enough for her, and for the both of them. What came after this was so beautiful and quite surprising. Despite the awkward beginning, Apper and Aparna built a beautiful relationship. The scene where they're joking at home and you see the comfort growing between them, it was quite beautiful. It felt like watching a couple fall in love after marriage, which it's quite opposite of what I'm used to seeing and what I believe in. But in the States, love usually comes first. You have a crush on someone, right? And then you date. And then after a while, you fall in love. And then you get engaged. And then after a while, you get married. But in this movie, love develops not from shared history, but from daily life. They cooked, they talked, and they just spent time together. It is very slow, and it's a quiet love, and it made me realize how deep emotional connection can grow, even without a romantic beginning. Watching this made me think about how different relationships were back then, and all over the country how different they are. Here in Northwest Arkansas, and in the state in general, arranged marriage, it's quite misunderstood, and it's seen as something harmful and really controlling. But in this film, I saw something human. A mix of peer pressure, yeah, from everyone around Apper, but it was also emotional, and it was his own personal choice. Some of it was the culture, but it may just be a movie, but it made me rethink my assumptions. Maybe arranged marriages aren't always so bad and harmful. In the end, Apper challenged my ideas about love and marriage. What started as shocking and scary situation became one of the most emotionally honest relationships I've seen in an old film and a film in general. It reminded me that love is real, and it can start in all kinds of ways. Not just through dating apps, hookup culture, or even long emotional courtships. It can start through trust, kindness, and shared lives between each other. This movie taught me about arranged marriages and the love itself. Thank you.